Hi YouTube, it's Kate. My name's Kate. It's my first video ever. Um, I'm really sorry if the sound's crackly because I just did a test and it's quite crackly, and if that's annoying, I'm really sorry. You don't have to watch this. Um, but I've been watching YouTube for ages, months and months, and I haven't made a video, so I felt I should. And I've been watching. Well, basically, I've been vaguely thinking about babies. You know what I mean? And so I've been watching the TTC community, which I love. You guys are amazing. I'm completely addicted to it. It's Carla the Bubble Lush and Laura and Leighton and Frowny Brown 86, Stephanie. Enjoyable 16, but you're going. I'm sorry to see you go. That's sad. And I've been commenting occasionally and never made a video. It seems rude, so I'm making a video. But what I want to talk about is not TTC. So I don't know whether you'll find this interesting. I hope somebody else will. But it's moving in together. First of all, I should say that one of you TTCers, Naughty Cat 4034, Ginger, subscribed to me. Hi Ginger, thank you for your subscription, that's amazing. How sweet are you? So I thought I'd better make a video, you know what I mean? You've bullied me into it, so I'm going to have to do it. Moving in together. One of the reasons that I looked at the YouTube videos was, as I say, partly the TTC lot, because I was vaguely thinking about babies, but partly also because I'd just moved in with my boyfriend for the first time ever. I'd never lived with a boyfriend before. Actually, I did, but it was in a shared house, and it wasn't great, but you know, it was not quite the same, is it? But I found it really hard, surprisingly hard, and really struggled with it, and I was looking for videos of other people that had struggled, and I didn't find any. And I wonder if that's because I put in the wrong buzzword, or it's because I'm just a total crybaby and I can't cope and everybody else can. I hope that's not true. So I'm making a video, partly because I really hope that somebody else, actually no, of course I don't hope that, you know, everyone's finding it hard, but you know, if somebody else is in the same situation that I was in months ago, a year ago, and is looking for some solidarity, you know, somebody that's finding it similarly difficult, then they might enjoy this. Or they might find it interesting. And also partly because I just want to make a video and I haven't done anything else except moving with my boyfriend, so, you know, we'll talk about that. Basically, I moved in with my boyfriend. We've been together 6 months, which isn't a very long time. Oh, by the way, this is really bare, isn't it? This is just me. This is like, there's nothing. I don't think you can see the painting or anything. Sorry. Just cope with me. This is me. That's alright. And, what was I saying? Yeah, we've been together 6 months. And we moved in together. And I think we were both caught up in like, hey, we're together, isn't this great, blah, blah, blah. And I think we both thought it was just really romantic. Let's move in together, it'll be lovely, we'll set up home. And it wasn't romantic. It wasn't even close to romantic. And everybody said, hey, it's amazing, what a brilliant idea, you can have fun. Mostly probably because I'm 31 and they're like, oh, come on. But the only person that said to us, you might find it hard, guys, was his dad, Mike's dad. My partner's name's Mike, he's lovely, he's a real sweetheart. His dad said it, you know, you might find that really hard. And we both went, no, we won't, we'll be fine. And then after we moved in together, that became our mantra. Your dad said it'd be hard. Don't worry, your dad said it'd be hard. Don't worry, my dad said it'd be hard. Blah, blah, blah. It was the only thing that helped. Because we did find it hard. He was bang on, and he's a lovely guy, my dad. He's so nice. And what I felt like, I moved in with Mike, and I felt like I had accidentally got married without noticing it and without being asked. That's what it felt like. I felt like I'd been tricked, and that now I was trapped. And also, the flat I was, or the shared house I was in before was beautiful, and I live in Brighton, and I had a view of the sea, and oh god, it was so gorgeous. And then we moved in here, and it's tiny and a bit rubbish. It's alright now, but at first it was a shock. Yeah, it was. I've got some notes down here, that's why I'm looking down here. I'd never known anything like living with a partner. It was alien territory to me. And to be honest with you, that only occurred to me a few weeks ago that it was a different country, frankly. because my parents divorced when I was 9, and you know, you sort of grow up, you know what I mean? It's not a very long time, like, you know, 0 to 9. I mean, it is, and I remember it, of course I do, but mostly what I'm aware of is my mum as a very independent, single woman, you know, very successful, has her own house, and goes on holiday all the time with her masses of divorced friends, which is great. But I didn't know about being with a partner. It never occurred to me that it was different than that you weren't independent, and you know. And so we moved in together, and it was just, I didn't understand why I didn't recognise anything. Nothing kind of made sense. It was really odd, and I felt like I'd been really compromised. Like I didn't have my independence, I didn't have my freedom. And this isn't because Mike is a tyrant, because he's not. He's lovely. He's a good guy. But I think I went about it the wrong way. He went about it to some extent the wrong way, to a certain extent. Because I immediately, what I must have done, this is only in hindsight, I'm thinking this, what I must have done was kind of hark back to the years before I was 9. And I do remember doing this, thinking about it. And I had these images in my head of like my mum cooking our dinner, and for Dad as well. You know, me, my brother, and my dad. Always. She always did the cooking. She always did the cooking. She always did the cleaning. She did the childcare. She did everything. And my dad worked. Poor thing. My mum, that is. And I think I thought I had to be that. I think that was the only image that I had that was kind of familiar, so I clung to it. And so I tried to do everything, and I'm kind of a lazy person, and I'm untidy, and you know what I mean. So I was just, God, so we moved in together. I thought I had to cook for him, you know, we got home from work, even though I worked too, and at the time I was working full time. Now I'm studying and working part time, but I was working full time, he was working full time, but I still felt that I had to do the cleaning, I had to do the washing, I had to cook for him, you know. So I was trying to do this, and I just got so stressed, and I felt like I'd aged 1,000 years, and I felt pissed off with him, actually. I felt really, you know, constantly, which is not fair because he didn't ask me to do that. I took that on myself. And eventually, I mean, God, it was awful. I remember I cooked a roast. We'd only lived here like a month, and I cooked a roast. And we sat down at the dinner table, and we cried because we were both so stressed. Cried into our dinners. It was, oh God. People go through a lot worse than this. I don't know why I found it so hard. But eventually, I kind of snapped a bit. I was like, Mike, I'm doing everything. Why aren't you doing anything? And I really, because of course I realised that I shouldn't be doing everything. This is ridiculous. You know, this is, I'm a feminist, really. I'm probably going to get some haters. I hope I don't get haters. That's a terrible thing, but I might get some haters for being a feminist. And what I should explain, I suppose. What I mean by feminist is somebody that believes that women are equal to men. Not that women are better than men, of course we're not better, you know what I mean? But just that women are equally as good as men, right? So if we are equal, then surely we do fair share, you know? So, you know, so Mike and I, you know, well, I kind of sat down. By this time I'd snapped a bit, and this is all my own doing, you know what I mean? But I did snap. I said, Mike, I'm doing everything, I need you to take certain things on, blah, blah. And so he sort of tried to, but the trouble is, I'd already got into a kind of routine, so he didn't notice that we'd run out of milk, that we'd run out of washing powder, that maybe the washing needed doing. He didn't notice things that needed doing, ever. And that really frustrated me, and so I ended up still doing everything, and he wouldn't remember that we'd need dinner at the end of the day, so he wouldn't cook anything, or he wouldn't buy anything to cook. And at the time I was getting home earlier than him because his shifts worked out later. So I just cooked, you know, and he'd get in and eat. So we went back to square one. And eventually, I got upset and sat down with him again and said, look, this is ridiculous. I need us to be equal. It's not working, blah, blah, blah. It's not that the relationship isn't working, but the living together wasn't working. And he was brilliant. He was amazing, and you know, he basically, actually I think I came up with the idea of it, but it was more in an angry way. I was like, right then, I want to do nothing for a week, you do everything for a week, and I was like, yeah, great, okay, I'll do that, you know, and that way he'll get to know what needs to be done, and you know, he'll get to know the nitty gritty, you know what I mean, and he did it. And since then it's been alright. It's been really good. And although it is still hard, it's better. It's much better. And also because the shock has worn off now, which is nice. And we're happier, and I'm much happier. And he seems fine. He was always like less unhappy than I was. But yeah, he's happy. But it was a shock, and it was different. It was like, because you know when you're a teenager, or however old you are, and you have boyfriends, and they come and stay in your room, and you go and stay in their room, and so you say to people, yeah, I basically live with the guy, you know. It's not like that. I thought it was. How stupid am I? But not stupid, but you know what I mean. I really thought that was the same as living together, and it's not. And one of the things I had an issue with, actually, God, I haven't even got a note of this. This is the biggest thing for me. This is the thing that really got me. Was the fact that I didn't have my own room anymore. And I don't know how much that's going to strike a chord with any of you, but that never occurred